Hey guys, I want to walk you through a remodeling company's website that we finished a few months ago, but what's unique about this specific one is the fact that they focus on their historic restoration big time. All right, so I want to walk you through, kind of tell you the whole story of how we came to start to work together and where we are at this point. So Rudy, the owner of this company, actually saw me speaking on stage and he called me up afterwards and he said, look man, you're the first person I've ever talked to about marketing that actually gets me to understand it. That's like the biggest problem in like all of our small business worlds, is that we overcomplicate things. It's a tough time explaining what we do because there's so much that goes into it, but we forget that we have years and years of experience. So that's the idea of exactly what we want these websites and all the marketing to be, is something that instead of trying to overcomplicate things and show people how we're the best and this and that, let's just make it simple, make it easy for people to understand and see what they're gonna get. All right, we went a little bit more in depth on explaining things because it matches his personality. He's very articulate and explains things very in depth. So we wanted to showcase that on the website. So it's a little bit more verbose than what we naturally do, but it matches his actual style of who he is. So coming on in, he's been around for a while, but the whole thing is design. He wants design build. He's a very process-oriented person. So as you come through it, we really reverse engineered how he likes clients to go through his process. So it's all very design heavy. So design, consult, design, execute. So we're really trying to push everything that he does, like show this is the process. So let's just start there. We'll walk people through the website. So the first thing we want to see is, here's our design process. By naming it the Oosting Integrated Design Build Process, it actually positions you as the expert. So when somebody comes on the website and they see this process, it legitimizes you that much more. People love it, and it helps to generate way more leads because now it shows that you're a higher echelon of everything. You're not just one and the same. You're not a dime a dozen. You actually have your stuff together. So now what do? Talk about the steps. Initial phone call, in-home visit, design agreement, design phase, construction agreement, construction phase. So it actually walks people through each aspect, not crazy amounts, but enough that it explains how you operate. It's going to show people that this is what it's like to work together. And people love that because when you remove the vagueness of what you do or the unknown factor, it helps so much because people are no longer freaked out. And here's the best part about everything that you're going to notice on this website is everything is meant to pre-qualify customers and then send them off to the contact page to fill out a form. That's how it all works with everything. Pre-qualify customers, contact form. So at the bottom of this page, guess what we have? Let's talk about the vision, which will shoot us on over to the contact page. There you go. So everything on this website's a funnel where it's supposed to bring somebody in, pre-qualify them, show them what it's like to work together, explain this is why we want to work together, and then go from there. So let's see what that looks like. So historic restoration, that's his big one, right? That's what he specializes in. That's what he really wants to push more for. So the idea is that a lot of the homes in his area, they've been around for hundreds of years. The person that buys these homes, they don't buy them because they're like, oh, it's in a good neighborhood. They buy them specifically knowing that this is the type of home that they have. So we wanted to capitalize on that. So how do we do that? The only company in Northern Jersey with extensive knowledge of professional historic restoration. You buy these homes and then you actually get them fixed up knowing that you're gonna have to reach out to an expert. You can't, it's just like a classic car. You can't just go to a general mechanic and say, hey, fix whatever problem. You have to go to a specialist. So we wanted to really identify him as the specialist in the area. So what this does is this limits the amount of other competitors that people are gonna go to. But it also at the same time props him up in the eyes of these people that he's now the expert. So as Northern Jersey's only professional historic restoration company, we're fully knowledgeable in the methods and materials needed to safely restore your home. We pride ourselves in the knowledge. Historic homes are such particular projects that we understand the importance of continually educating ourselves on how to properly work on them. That's a big thing with him as well, is the education side of things. So let's talk about why somebody would want their historic home renovated. If you own a home from the 17 or 1800s, then you know it needs some special attention and care. It needs someone that cares about details just as much as you do. We understand that the story of the home is important, that no detail is too small that led to the current structure of the home. In fact, we're excited for the opportunity to be a part of the home's historical significance by being one of the many people to work on the home and keep its beauty going strong. So we're trying to, again, say, look, we get it. Like when we're showing a picture of a historic home, right? This bad boy probably lasted, I mean, he's up in northern Jersey, at least a couple wars against England. So we're trying to showcase that at the same time to say, look, we get it. We understand why you buy these homes. You're not buying them just because, you're buying them because you enjoy this sort of stuff. So that's what we're trying to do, is position ourselves as that helpful expert. And the more that we can do that, the more likely it is that the person is going to end up buying from us. And guess what? At the bottom of the page, I want to restore my home. There you go. You see how it all kind of ties back together. It all pushes for the request a quote page. All right, we've also got the gallery page. People like to see the work that you do. Show them this stuff, right? What would make this even better is having more pictures of these historic homes. But it's a start. Like what happens with most contractors is they have years of work. I mean, he's been in business since '82. They have years of work under their belt. They just don't always prioritize pictures. So the best part about these sites now is that once we have this up and it's a site that you actively use, right? People are actively on it. We know because leads are coming through it. The more leads that come through it, the more that Rudy's like, okay, I'm in, I'm going to keep adding to it. So what it does is it actually entices you as the contractor to continuously take pictures of your work and get them up on the site. The last thing that you want to do is take all the years of work that you've put in it and not showcase it. I hear this all the time where people say, well, if you do good work, people will call you. That's all the marketing that you need. That's total BS, because that's not how people buy these days. People buy by going online and shopping online and then calling you up later. Take all the great work that you're doing, put it up online. Take all the reasons that people love you, put it up online, and what that's going to do is that's going to position you as the only contractor that people in your area want to go to. So you're not risking some competitors up the street that you know don't do as strong work as you do. You're not risking losing market share to them. A lot of our clients, like we looked at all this stuff, like each year it's like between $200,000 and $400,000 of more work comes in online, if not more. That's what you're potentially giving up. That's what you're potentially missing out on if they go to a different competitor, if you allow them to slip away from you. There's so much money that is being missed out on that you can use to take your family on vacation. You can use to reinvest back into the business, to grow. All roads need to lead back to the end result, which is the Contact Us page. Make it easy for people to work with you, showcase exactly why they should hire you, and you're golden. Thank you very much.